But I don't care though. I generally don't. I don't have cameras for them to be pretty.
Greetings everybody, this is Focal Point and I am Jik-Reuben the Visual Ninja. Today we have with us, a photographer, creative director, videographer, illustrator, what else? So many things that this man does, you can't even quantify it. We have with us today Yannick Reid.
Yo. Big up to all the Jik fan them, big up to all the Jik booby them. Yo, you don't know. We're there for support the youths. I do a thing, yeah. All gone.
Yannick Reid. All gone.
But there,
Cool. So let's get into the history of Yannick Reid. Although it's a very short history still, but still history. How did you get into photography?
How did I get into photography? Well, my first introduction to photography was through my father, Colin Reid. He's a professional PR photographer. He's been a professional photographer for as long as I can remember. I think that was his job.
Before you were born?
Yeah, from before I was born actually. So I grew up with him, going to jobs, bringing me, occasionally telling me to take this picture or something. He was like the first person to put a camera in my hand, bring me into the dark room and stuff like that. So there's no real original, there's nothing before that. I was actually more interested in video.
Yeah.
And that is really what I was pursuing, but I hadn't really realized till probably about maybe somewhere early in college at Edna Manley College that I had just been around my dad and helping him on jobs that I had developed an eye and a skill for photography. And when I realized how people reacted to it and that it was actually a tool that I had control over to give other people feelings and stuff like that, I started to take it more seriously.
Nice.
Yeah.
So basically from your little you're playing your father back when you have a camera and you go everywhere and go.
Yeah.
Tell me some of the places you went to, some of the events or
Alright, well,
things you shot.
couple early stuff I remember is they used to keep a rally in New Kingston, a driving rally.
That,
Yeah, he used to carry me there all the time and give me a camera and say, yo, shoot something. He used to carry me to a whole heap of functions, like some black tie events, and he said just shoot. He was just saying just practice, and after he would have got you and say, all right, this is good because X, Y, Z.
People never look on you strange, and this little youth.
Yeah, all the time is just, Colin's son. It's Colin's son, what you doing with the camera? Go following your father's footsteps. But the first job that he that I did have that he give me, and something that I did kind of take up and start put pride in was Reggae Sumfest. Been shooting Reggae Sumfest with dad for probably about 6 or 7 years now.
Yeah, I remember you look jealous when I found out you were covering Reggae Sumfest.
Yeah. So that is probably where I did really start to take pride in it, because concert photography was just always something kind of fun because there's just so many variables when there's an artist on stage. So it's you have 30 minutes to everybody have the same lighting, the same person. The only difference is probably camera and angle. So it kind of leveled the playing field, and it's yo, who can find the real
to finesse and creativity.
Yeah, so I did really love that. I didn't have to bring anything, just the camera and just innovation. So I really love that, and that is how I end up now. Most of the photography that I shoot is concerts, and I would say I have an eye for it, but it's regular. Thank you. Give thanks. Yeah. So really with dad, stuff like that, to a point where dad say, when we go to Reggae Sumfest, I work the pit. He doesn't work the pit anymore, and he just does the PR stuff.
Trust you that much now,
Yeah, him was just yo, you need to come so you can shoot the pit. So I just take the chair and I sit in the pit and I do all the acts, and he does all the schmoozing stuff with the brands and stuff like that. Yeah.
So earlier you mentioned going to Edna Manley.
Mm-hmm.
How did this add to who you are now?
Well, Edna Manley, what I would give it its best credit is that it's an environment where you're around other creatives. It's not something that I really gave that much or understood that much till I was in like my final year. But like when you're just at home or you're in a vacuum, you don't get like to interact with other creatives a lot and bounce ideas. But Edna Manley, it really, since it's like a lot of people who are at Edna Manley, they're not at Edna Manley because they don't have anything else to do. It's more of a reason that they love art, and this is probably their best opportunity at channeling their art into something important. So there's a lot of passionate people go to Edna Manley. So you're around a lot of people who like really feel strongly about them art, and that energy rubs off on you. A lot of people who probably don't even have like a bunch of money, and you see how determined they are to like make things work, like in terms of hands-on, do-it-yourself stuff. And like it's hard for you to be in an environment like that and just don't do anything. Like you'll definitely feel like you're in dead last place or like a waste man. So just being around that, it just, being at Edna Manley, it definitely churns your creative juices on a daily basis. So even though I'm not attending there anymore, I still feel the effects of it. Like just being like supercharged and around just people who are just dedicated to like doing stuff. It's not for money, it's just like, yo, we want to make art, we want to express, like we want to do something and say, yo, dope.
So what did you study there?
I studied graphic design and illustration, which is in the visual communication department.
So you seem to be one of the lucky ones, being, the son of a photographer. So you're in it already, you're born in it.
Yeah, that is a blessing. I won't go around,
As a young creative, as I like to call it, because you do more than just photography, how did you make that transition from being that little kid, Mr. Collins' son, trailing behind, taking pictures and doing some stuff for him at Reggae Sun Fest and other events, to becoming a creative director for artists like Protoje?
Well, as you mentioned before, a lot of it is indeed luck, and I do believe that luck favors the prepared, because a lot of people can get lucky, but sometimes luck falls in your hand and you don't necessarily have the tools to catch the luck. So I was in like the right place at the right time. I guess how I transitioned from just being my dad's understudies, besides just helping him on jobs, I had like my own personal interest in visuals. To be honest, I really didn't know or expect or like I was aiming to be like creative directing for Protoje, but I just know that I didn't really necessarily want to be in an office just doing the same thing every day. So I was just like, all right, let me just do what I want to do till I can find someone who will pay me for it. You see me? Like I really didn't know what was gonna come of it. So I was really following a friend around, Matthew. And big up Matthew and like a lot of other friends, and he was doing some dope stuff at the time in art and muralist works and stuff like that. So I was just documenting it. It was like probably the most productive thing that I could find to do with my time, and I hadn't even left school yet. So I was just like, this is what I was doing in my free time. So luckily enough, like lines kind of converged, and Protoje was working with Matthew at the time, and I was working at Matthew at the time, and then Matthew really just gave me a recommendation to Protoje to just do like editing and stuff from like that. And that's really what I started out working with Protoje as doing. But my ambitions were always in creating. So it was more like Proto would give me some already shot stuff to edit or stuff like that, or just do some little behind the scenes, and I was like, yo, I always expressed to him that I have a concerted interest in making a visual. And he was like, let's see how it goes, maybe one day. I never really believed him, but he did eventually end up giving me the chance. And I would like to say that I guess he saw that I had a concerted interest in doing what I wanted to do well. Like I did a lot of research, and not just necessarily the artistic side of what I was doing, but the business side of what I was doing, and also the follow-up.
I think that's important that you did that a bit to do research in the business aspect of it.
Yeah.
Creative as artists, we tend to neglect that part of it.
Yeah, a lot. I wouldn't even put it on the fault of creatives. Really and truly, I don't really think that's where a lot of creatives really come from. Like, you know, you grow up wanting to create, and I think that everybody can play a role, that business people can work with creatives to, you know, put the energies together and put it out. And that's how it should be. But, I mean, we live in Jamaica and we have a culture of, we'll have to learn to do a lot of things for ourselves. You know, not every time the toilet broke, you call the plumber. You have to just learn some skills. And when you have an opportunity, you'll probably learn to supplement your skill with some other skills to make yourself more valuable. So that is really where it came from, yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this part of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. See the next part. Look for the link somewhere. Maybe here, maybe there, maybe there. Who knows? But hey, remember to subscribe, like, share, and come on, leave a comment below. Take care.